Right, hello everyone and welcome to this Teachitright monthly update video. Now I'm going to jump straight into the exciting news, which is of course this last month we've had our results through. So first off, a massive congratulations to all of our students who have done so well. We're incredibly proud of you. We've been absolutely inundated with messages and I just want to share a few of them with you now because they are absolutely lovely and I've really enjoyed reading them. And I've just picked out a couple, but I could be here for hours going through all the lovely messages. And it's just such a fantastic time of the year for us when we get these positive messages in. So I'm just going to pick out a few highlights just to go through. Obviously this first message, I love the fact that it pointed out the fact that it wasn't too stressful, and the fact that they really enjoyed the fact that all the homework was marked for us. That's definitely a big thumbs up there. I totally agree. Makes sense. Then down here again, I think this is something that we really tried to sort of go for in terms of Teachitright, in terms of our ethos and how we approach things. Hannah found that she really enjoyed the sessions, which then sort of took away the stress, which means everyone's happy. So again, absolutely right. I totally agree with Hannah. I'm really glad she found it enjoyable. And then finally, last but not least, the fact here, going down the bottom, just highlighting how engaged he stayed, the fact that he was challenged throughout and still had fun, again, really highlights those messages. So it was lovely to see. And of course, what we're really looking forward to now is allocation day, when we actually find out which schools people get up. So again, please do keep in contact. Please do send these messages through. We absolutely love to get them. Really, it is the highlight of our year. But a huge, huge congratulations to everyone who did their exams. We are very proud of you all. Moving on now just to some of our key messages. So obviously going into block two, it's incredibly important to label your books. And of course, not just to make sure that you go home with correct books, but also in terms of having our sort of markers. Get the books, mark them, record the results properly, feedback to the tutor. It really helps, so please do make a big effort to just go through and label all your books. We would actually ask you as well that not only do you put your name, but your class name and your tutor's name. And that's to make sure, of course, in the books get back to your class promptly, and your tutor gets that really valuable feedback as to how you're doing. So again, I'd much rather you label too much stuff than not enough. It's always better to err on the side of more things and put your name on everything. Spelling sheets as well, homework sheets, all sorts. Worth highlighting, we of course always do spelling tests, weekly spelling tests. It's really important, please, that children put in some effort towards learning these. It's always been important, but especially now as we know we move towards GL. GL obviously has a SPAG, spelling, punctuation and grammar section, so that spelling then is even more important. And of course, still use your spellings as vocabularists that will learn the vocabulary, but just putting that extra time, that effort into learning those spellings will really help. And also, of course, generate all the more tokens, because that's one of the main ways tokens get filtered into the classrooms via people doing that extra work and then bringing it to show the teacher. So please get involved. And finally, guys, this is really important. Please, pencils are much preferred. And the reason for that is you will be asked to use a pencil in the exam. It allows for you to make mistakes. So certainly no pens that can't be rubbed out. I know students sometimes will have erasable pens, and I suppose that's a better halfway. But really our preference is pencils. And that is why, of course, we make sure in the goodie boxes there are pencils for people to purchase. So you can always become equipped and be ready and raring to go. Next thing, guys, this is so important, really exciting. Our masterclasses are now available to book. So if you go onto our website, you will see the entire year's worth of masterclasses. So creative writing, mathematics, non-verbal and spatial reading, more creative writing, which will of course also be different creative writing. There's 2 separate masterclasses, and more mathematics. And what I would probably say is these 4 and 5 are even more advanced in level. So you'd probably want to do sort of 1 and 2 before jumping on to do 4 and 3. What are masterclasses if you're not sure? Well, they are an additional product. They're an additional thing so if you know that your child, if you know that you struggle with certain areas, rather than booking on for the entire course, you can pick out certain topics. So for example, the maths, you might pick out riotous ratio, for example, and really focus on that. And then you just pay for that one project. And I believe I think they're £15 for your single project. Or if you do know that actually, I generally could really do with some help with creative writing, both for my school and for some of the entrance exams I'm going for, you may decide to book onto the entire course. And if you do that, then it's discounted pricing of £12 per session. So these are really good value, and especially if you do target the areas you're weak at, so sort of pick and choose a little bit, you can get really, really good value. We've had excellent feedback. And the reason I'm mentioning it now, not only are the entire year's worth of masterclasses online for you to look and sort of plan around, but starting on the 9th of November is the first creative writing class. So it's really important, please, everyone, that you do have a look at it, make sure you're aware, and find out if it's something that would be valuable for you to get involved with. Other things, and this really came in response to a lot of the questions we had at our most recent parents' meeting. It was lovely to see all the parents and get a chance to meet everyone. But in terms of sort of planning the year, working out what additional extracurricular things Teachitright offer, in addition to just lessons, well, of course, our big push is mock exams and revision camps, essentially. Now, these are both fantastic. Really, so what we've done in response, because again, parents are looking forward to sort of planning the year ahead, all now of our upcoming camps and mock exams for the entire year are there ready for you to have a look at. Just important things to highlight. You want to make sure if you want to pick multiple camps, you just want to look at the letter. So for example, you can find Camp A and Camp B, well, they will be different content. If you see Camp A and then Camp A later again, that means we're just repeating the content, so you wouldn't want to attend that twice because it would be the same material. But our mock camps and revision lessons are just fantastic. They're so worth doing. It's absolutely worth doing a mock exam before the real test because it takes a lot of the stress and the pressure out. And of course, it can also then give you really useful information in terms of what to go for. And we know our camps are fantastic. And the way I view camps, really, they're like additional blocks. And in fact, in that 3-day spread, we cover approximately the same amount of material as you would expect to cover in a 6-week block, and you get books and that aren't finished, so they're fantastic. And as I say, a lot of parents were asking for this is why we've put that information out there for you to look, so you can plan ahead. Also really important to say, just if you do decide to take advantage to it, in our autumn sale, you have £250 off, depending whether you book the camps and mock exams, using the following codes. So it's well worth having a look out, put the codes in and sort of see, depending on how many you book, the amount you get off. But it's incredibly good deal. And that does mean, in theory, you can sort of plan out your year, have the summer planned, which obviously for booking things like holidays is really useful. So that's why we've tried to sort of get it done and dusted as soon as we have. Other things to say, well, this is lovely. So our Christmas vocab quiz, over the summer, we had a really successful run of about 25 days of really sort of intense vocabulary quiz. So we did them every morning. Well, this is a completely free product, our vocabulary quiz for the Christmas session. It's well worth coming down to. It's going to be on the 19th of December in the evening, 6 p.m. You'll join via Zoom. Essentially, the purpose of the vocab quiz is to cover as much awesome vocabulary as quickly as we can in a quiz format where it's a bit competitive, where it's fun, where you can get involved. We tend to use iPads, so it's nice and technological. We had absolutely amazing feedback for them over the summer, and so we want to give everyone a chance, a bit of a Christmas prezi, a chance for everyone to get involved and see how you feel. And so absolutely strongly recommend having a look. If you do want to get involved, you do have to book online, and again, that will just be a product on the website, but a product that costs nothing, so that's a bit of a freebie for you. As I say, vocab, we know how important it is for all exam boards, so it's well worth getting involved and having a look at. Couldn't recommend that enough. And it's also just really good fun. I have to say, I love the quizzes. Right, moving on. Other things just to say, our Year 6 Independence course, that is sort of starting this week. We've run one on the Saturday at Windsor, and on Friday one in Camberley. They run for 2 hours, and this is for students who are in Year 6 and doing independent school entry. So it covers a little bit more of the high-end mathematics. Also, it will cover things like exam technique, interview practice, and of course the big one, creative writing, which if you did do CM last year or GL last year, wouldn't have been a feature. And it's fantastic, so it's well worth doing. The amazing Hina runs that, and we have, so it's just well worth attending, well worth getting involved with. And so, of course, there are still spaces if you're interested, so please do reach out to us, give us a call. Looking up next, parents' workshops. This is really important, coming up very soon on the 6th of November from 4 till 6. This is going to be an online, non-verbal spatial workshop. Again, parents, really useful for you to be able to support your children is to be able to understand, and we know non-verbal is something that you almost certainly won't have done in a while, and there are techniques, there are methods, there are things, hints and tips, and also even just ways of questioning your students to get the most out of them, things like, how do you know the answer, what's the techniques involved, and if you have that terminology, you're going to be able to much better support your children. So we strongly recommend that you attend that, and the way to do that is to go online and book the parents' training. Again, completely free. You'll get a Zoom invitation and come on and learn, and then sort of be able to support your children. Again, really strongly recommend it, really valuable, really useful. Other things just to highlight, of course, the fantastic Louise is running her as weekly her book club. Again, get involved, come on down, read the book, get suggestions of new books, have a bit of discussion with other kids. We know how important reading is in terms of building vocabulary, building that comprehension awareness, and sort of access high-level material. The more you read, the better your results are going to be. It's the best form of revision, and so the book club is there to support that. Again, free, come on down, give it a try, get involved. We welcome all comers. If you are interested, simply just email the office and you'll get sent the Zoom link. And I know there have actually been lots of emails sent out with that link in as well, so if you check your emails, it'll probably already be there. The homework clubs, these run on a Monday and on a Tuesday. It's important just to make sure you pick the right one. So just to highlight it, Year 4 is on a Monday from 5:30 to 6:30. We've split it out just because the numbers were getting nice and large. So for GL Year 5, GL assessment only, that's from 6:30 to 7:30. And if you're currently or you initially enrolled into a CM class or a Reading Boys class, that's now on a Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30, and that was with the amazing Tolu. She was there last night. She'll be there again next week. And again, it might just be coming on down just to find out what the homework is, confirm the page numbers, or it might be just wanting to check a few questions or get some support. Tolu's fantastic. She's amazing. She's so passionate and informative that you'll get loads of valuable information from it. So just again, come on down, get involved, and hopefully you'll find it really useful. The last thing, guys, that I like to do this, just an important summary. This kind of highlights all the things we've talked about. So the important dates, obviously, Louise's book club on the 6th of November, the non-verbal or spatial reasoning book club also on the 6th of November, a little bit later, so from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock. Again, that's primarily for the parents to come to, so the parents get involved, whereas the book club's more for the kids. The creative writing masterclasses are starting on the 9th of November. The other masterclasses are all there ready to book, but they say they go on throughout the year, so you might just have a look at those dates, especially if you know, non-verbal reasoning, I want to have a bit more help with that, or maths, you want to sort of plan when those dates are so you can get them in the diary. The homework club every Monday and Tuesday evening. In term time only, that's worth highlighting. So, of course, when Teachitright stops for Christmas, for example, the homework club will also stop. The monster quiz on Monday, the 19th of December, which, again, free. Everyone should get involved and come on down and just give it a try. And this is just worth highlighting, of course. The last session before the Christmas holidays will be Sunday, the 18th of December. And, of course, we will then resume on the 3rd of January in the new year, 2023. And that's worth knowing about. Right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you all again next month. All the best.